Welcome back to our conversation with Boston mayoral candidate John Barros, former school committee man, former chief of economic development under Mayor Walsh. John, as we tape this a few days in advance of airing, our viewers know that's how we do it. The report on long ago allegations of domestic violence against Boston Police Commissioner Dennis White was due to be released. You haven't seen that. You don't know what's in it, do you? Well, regardless of what it finds, do you intend to keep Commissioner White in that post if you're elected?
Well, the findings are important. I thought the right thing to do was to call for an investigation, understand the allegations, understand what was uncovered or uncovered, what evidence the police had. And that's still important. It's still important because domestic violence is a very important issue. We have to have zero tolerance and make sure that we're protecting victims. So we'll see what comes out of it. But I agreed with the mayor when he selected Dennis. Dennis White is a stand-up public servant. He's done amazing work. He led the effort, in fact, on the police task force to make sure that we had the kind of recommendations coming out of that task force that were doable, that moved the police to more transparency, and that created a better force for everybody in the city of Boston.
There's another big decision that came down this week. A federal appeals court ruled that the temporary Boston exam school admissions plan that was challenged by a group of white and Asian American parents as discriminatory against them, that plan can go forward. Now, it temporarily suspends the admissions test and awards seats based on grades and zip codes. And advocates for greater diversity at the Boston Latin School and the other exam schools want to make those changes permanent. Do you also want that?
I'm a huge advocate for diversity at our exam schools. My wife went to Boston Latin. My brother went to Boston Latin. They changed both their trajectories. It's impacted my family personally. The exam schools are important. We need to make sure that we continue to support the exam schools. Now, I believe this one-year suspension and trying to make sure that we address some of the challenges of COVID, address the thousands of students that disengage from school, the challenge with remote schools, remote schooling. This is important. And so we need to now make sure that we think about the next step in this process. And I think there's going to have to be exams in the assessment process for exam schools. Now, should the exam weigh as much as it's been weighing historically? No, I don't think so. I think the exam should be part of an assessment process that includes GPA, that includes class ranking, that includes teacher assessments, that includes recommendations. I mean, we understand what the admission process looks like for other schools. Let's make sure that we take some of the best of that and bring that on. Now, the next exam needs to be a bias-free exam. We need to do everything we can to make sure that our Boston Public School students are prepared for those exams and that we don't find the kind of lack of diversity in the student body that we've seen historically in exam schools.
Are you satisfied with the current Superintendent Casilius? Would she stay on under a Barros administration?
Superintendent Casilius came in at a tough time. I mean, my goodness, you come in as a new superintendent of a new district and then you get hit with coronavirus. I'm not sure how we assess her leadership under those conditions. We need to support her and make sure that she has everything she needs to be a strong leader for BPS. I would look forward to working with the superintendent. We've seen a lot of turnover in BPS leadership. The parents that I've talked to don't want to see more turnover. They want to see success in BPS. And as mayor, I would be an educational mayor. I've done education all my life. As a former school committee member, as a former board member of different schools, I've helped to design and launch or turn around 3 different BPS schools. I will be involved and make sure that I support Brenda or any other superintendent to be a successful superintendent in a successful school district.
John, our time is up for this week, but we'll look forward to talking with you again during this campaign on multiple occasions. In the meantime, if people want to find out more about you and your candidacy, where can they go to do so?
John, it's always great to talk to you. Thanks for having me on. You can visit me at www.barrosformayor.com. It's an exciting time for our city, and I'm excited to be part of this race.